All right. Hi, YouTube. Welcome. This is Sarah Divinely You. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. And this is weekly astrology and energies for the week of January 16th through the 22nd, 2023. Holy cow, we've made it to this week. This one's going to start to kick things up. Of course, we're coming off of that Mars stationing direct, which happened on January 12th. That I think was Thursday. Yeah. And so this week we have a lot of change energy too. And I really want to incorporate this week a few notes from, personal development, coaching, things like that, work, because this is a big week and we're going to really start to see 2023 pick it up. So all of that time that I was suggesting that we slow down and we take time to really discern and make good, cautious choices. Now we're going to start to see things amp up big time this week and next week. So, so from the asteroid perspective, we have Hygieia in Capricorn is going to be trining Uranus retrograde in Taurus. So we're going to have that support from Hygieia, which brings awareness to our mental and physical connection, like our body connection, in an earth sign, trining another earth sign, but it's Uranus and Taurus. So it's Uranus is actually going to start stationing, so it can go direct next week. However, so it'll slow down this week if it's not already slowed down. But because we have Hygieia there, we're really going to have some of that supportive awareness of our connection to our physical body, right? And so tuning into your body systems, your nervous system, your digestive system, your joints, your cardiovascular system, noticing when your body has a discomfort. Hygieia is really there to support us in being attentive to our physical body or even your physical environment, because Taurus is environment and Uranus being there. And obviously we've been having some wacky weather going on all over the place, and things like that. And so really tuning into your body, where do things not feel okay, and thinking and really connecting in, taking some breaths into maybe your belly, taking some breaths into maybe it's your neck. For me, it's been my neck, where your neck may be tense, or, really focusing your breath work on those areas of your physical body that aren't feeling comfortable. I feel like Hygieia is really inviting us to do that. We also have Ceres in opposition to Jupiter and Juno in Aries. And so that's like that nurturing Mother Earth energy in opposition to relationships and yourself. And so it might be an invitation to kind of take a look at, are the relationships that you have, are they supporting? Are they in service of? Are they allowing you to really move forward? We've got this Jupiter in Aries until mid-May, and it's kind of a really check in with yourself. Am I who I am? Am I who I want to be? And do I have the right people to support me in the next 12 years of this journey? Am I utilizing relationships the way I want to? So taking a look at that and taking a look at some areas where you can check on those relationships. Is this really who I want in my life? Is it not? And that can be any relationship, business partnerships, romantic partnerships, friendships, otherwise. And just taking a look at that. So we have those kind of all week sort of going on. They'll be in various intensities, but the support is there all week. The first part of this week, we start with the moon in Scorpio. It's going to make its move towards Aquarius at the end of this week on the 21st. It'll be the new moon in Aquarius. But those Scorpio moons, because it's a water moon, it can really be a butt kicker with the emotions, with your body systems. Again, checking in with that physical body, emotional body, things like that. So it'll go from Scorpio to Aquarius this week, the moon. And then, so the first part of this week I feel like is going to be, I don't want to say chill because that's not the right word, because we do have Mars having gone direct, which means you could have some creative inspiration. I know I've already had some shifts in my creative inspiration. It's been really helpful. But there's also some of that cautionary, because we are going to have on Wednesday, the 18th, we will have Mercury stationing direct. And on the heels of that, like within an hour or two, I believe, the sun will conjunct Pluto. Okay, so these are two really big events, like transits. The sun obviously is building up to that conjunction with Pluto. So let's look at those two. Let's look at those two objects. So Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of soul work or soul depth, right? Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, so emotions, both, and it's transformation, it's death and rebirth. Okay, and we've been in this state of, with Mars and Mercury having been retrograde, we were in this state of reflection and really looking at ourselves and really making decisions as to what we need to change in order to move forward. This is transformation, right? You cannot change that which you are unwilling to see. The sun's going to come along and be like, whatever you didn't look at, let me shine a light on it even brighter. Let me just illuminate it a lot more. So Pluto don't mess around. These outer planets don't mess around. So whatever you've been unwilling to look at or unwilling to acknowledge or be aware of, the sun's going to come in and shine a giant light on it and show you. So don't be surprised if you have some massive synchronicities or some massive cues that show you, oh shit, that was the one thing about myself I never wanted to address. I thought it was going to be okay. I addressed everything else. Nope. This sun conjunct Pluto is transformation, and whatever you weren't willing to see before, it's going to make it in your face, bright, all of the things. That is my interpretation of the two archetypes between the sun and Pluto. So don't be surprised if you see other astrologers interpret it differently. I may read an astrologer later and be like, oh shit, I totally, but no, I'm just using the archetypes of the sun. The sun is your heart, it's your soul, it's who you are. And Pluto being the transformation planet, the death and rebirth. So whatever's coming up to the surface to be transformed is actually in service of what's coming for you opportunity wise in 2023, and as this month continues to play out, because like I said, we're about to hit this point where January is about to kick up and amp up and heat up and get beautiful and all of that. But there's going to be a lot of change. There's going to be a lot of opportunity and things like that. And there's going to be things, mindsets, mental states that you cannot take with you on the next level of your journey. It's a beautiful thing. But do journal, do the work. Transformation is one of those things, like you're not gonna, it's not something you can just be like, okay, now I acknowledge it, boom, goodbye, done. No, you actually have to process through and really maybe even cry or have some emotion about letting that particular mindset or that whatever release out of your field, your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, all of those things. And so of course we have Mercury stationing direct. That's a beautiful thing, because that means that the Gemini mental energy will start to the fog will start to lift, and we'll start to be able to use our brains again. And our creativity might amp up, and our attention to detail and projects and communication will improve with Mercury stationing direct, and all of that. And then we have on Friday, let me look. I took notes because I knew I'd forget stuff. There was a lot this week. Friday, the sun enters Aquarius, so we'll have a shift from earth energy of Capricorn to air energy, which is intellect. We'll have that shift to Aquarius. with the sun moving into Aquarius. And of course, the sun doesn't like being in Aquarius because they don't get along very well. It's in fall, or is it fall opposition? It's, no, let me think. Detriment, I think, is the word I want to use. So the sun doesn't like being in Aquarius because Aquarians is so weird and the sun is so bright, and so they don't get along very well. So Aquarius does tend to be the season that most people don't like because it's February, it's dark, it's cold, icky, snowy, icy, all of the things. And, you know, because we're going through this massive transformation and transcendence, it's probably going to be an even stickier Aquarius season than normal. But it has a lot of beautiful aspects going on. So there's that happening. And then, of course, on Saturday the 21st, we'll have that Aquarius new moon. This is going to be a pretty big new moon because it's finally, like, the year is finally going to feel like it's going to start. 2023 is finally going to kick it into gear. We're going to have all these planets direct. Uranus will go direct mid next week. So we're finally going to start to feel some forward momentum energy and all of that going on. And so, yeah, so that's kind of an overview of the week. Astrologically speaking, like I said, this is a good big week for transformative energy. However, there's always that piece that, yes, it's transformative, but there's still doing the work and there's still addressing the things that, you know, really come up for you that feel like they need to be addressed. You can't just overlook them and expect them to go away. It doesn't happen that way. That whole, you know, palm to the, can we skip to the good part? It really doesn't work that way. There's a process. So really, like I said, tuning into your physical body and feeling where things feel uncomfortable. And then we got, for the cards this week, we got the Knight of Swords. So this is devotion, commitment, you know, really understanding what you're committing yourself to and being sure of it, and all of that. And then we got this is interesting, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So really cautionary decision making. You're ready to go, but still be cautious. Still use discernment. Just because an opportunity comes up does not mean that you should take it on face value. You know, still really use, because we're stepping into new and different things and different ways of being and different opportunities. And so stepping into that, or being more, as you know, cautious, so that you're actually doing, you know, you may be stepping into, I feel like this card's kind of like, make sure you're stepping into a new opportunity and not stepping back into the same old opportunity that you have just transformed your way out of, to really make sure it's going to be expansive and it's going to be in alignment and have you be in integrity with yourself, with your heart, your soul, and all of that. And then we got the Page of Pentacles upright, curiosity, new projects. So there's starting to be that curious energy that, and it's, you know, tangible results, tangible projects and things like that. So we're going to start seeing a lot more like earthly sort of drive to be connected to earth, physical, tangible. Can you touch it? Can you, you know, can you hand manipulate it like Play-Doh, right? Can you mold it, or whatever. So I hope that was helpful. Please leave me comments below. Like this video, share this video. I appreciate all of you for tuning in, and I thank you so much. Remember my podcast episode with the Hearts Unleashed podcast. I'll link that below. You can also find me on Instagram with my 365 days of live Sarah Divinely You over there, and follow along as I continue to talk about what I am learning and how I am growing and expanding myself on this journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.